Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hey, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you are back, welcome back. Today I am here with a reveal and post review of one of my most recently completed diamond painting kits. In these post review and reveal videos, I like to take some time to share with you what a completed canvas from a particular company and a particular artwork may look like. Hopefully this gives you a sense of not only what to expect if you order this exact same project as me, but also just a sense of what this shop has to offer and if it's one that I feel like you should go and check out. So the canvas I have to share with you today is actually my very first that I've worked on from a relatively new to the community shop called Jaded Gem Shop. It's owned by Jade, naturally. She has a YouTube channel, Instagram, all the things. And she started her shop with the idea that she really loved working with high quality resin drills. She loved working with certain styles of artwork that both of those things just seem to be difficult for her to find, and especially in combination. So she thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it myself, and did tons of thorough product testing. And she works so super hard, and I've been so excited to get to support her. And as soon as I saw this particular artwork released, because Girlfriend is releasing like multiple new pieces a week, it seems like. As soon as I saw this artwork, I was absolutely head over heels in love. And I was like, I want that. And I'm going to work on it immediately. It's going to be the first kit I work on from Jaded Gem Shop. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. So instead of me continuing to leave you in suspense, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this canvas looks like. So this is the absolutely, if you'll pardon my pun, I'm going to say dreamy Asleep. Asleep is the title of this kit, this artwork. This is from the artist Victoria Leal. She has an Instagram that I'll link below, of course. And isn't she lovely? Oh my gosh. I can't get over it. You guys, I cannot get over it. Oh my gosh. Can we please talk about, like, instead of me giving you like a really cool, calm, collected like rundown of all the things, no, I'm just gonna gush over what I love. Can we please talk about the insane level of detail and the gorgeousness that's coming through here? I can't. I can't. Here's the top as well. Look at how perfectly this moon is rendered. Look at the leaves and the colors and the detail. My heart is so happy. Now, I am going to go ahead here. Let me move this up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put up the original artwork on the screen for you so you can see what the original artwork looks like. And hopefully that's going to show you just how beautifully close to the original artwork this turned out, in my opinion. So I love it. I absolutely love it. So let me give you a breakdown of the info about this particular kit. So I got this one in 60 by 60 centimeters, and I got it with square diamonds. Both of those things are things that you can customize when you order from Jade. And one further thing that you can customize that I didn't mention, this is the full image. Now let me explain. So you can customize the size that you choose. Jade only provides sizes that she's looked at their renders for and believes that they're going to turn out well. But that really helps to be able to pick a size. And she has example renderings, like digital renders, up on the website. So when you click on a particular size, the image should pop up to the top of the list of images. That is what that digital render example looks like. And you can also pick if you want round or square diamonds. I decided to get squares because hey, that's what she launched her shop for, was because she wanted some really high quality square resin drills. I also thought that this particular artwork would really lend itself beautifully to square diamonds, just the look of square diamonds once you've completed a kit. And then finally, I said that I got this as the full image, something that Jade does that I love and I think is really unique to her shop, and I think really sets it apart, is one of the many things that sets it apart, is she, for many, if not all, I'm going to say many because I haven't actually gone through and looked to see, but for many or most of the pieces in her shop, she offers different crops of the artwork, which, yes, she has the artist's permission to do so. It's all above board. She licenses all of her artwork, has artist permission to do crops in on different areas of their artwork potentially to offer as well. So for example, I believe that one of the crops that's available for this artwork is more zoomed in just like on her face. I haven't double checked this, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's something like this. And so you're going to get a more detailed and zoomed in version of the kit, and it can just be a really different experience. I absolutely love it. I love the crops that she's choosing as well. It's a lot of things that just really makes sense, because a lot of times when you're working with really highly detailed artwork or artwork like this that I feel like is very soft, I'm not going to say the word muddy because it doesn't look muddy. It's very soft, very highly detailed. I'm not an artist, so I don't know the correct terms for these things. Often sometimes has like a watercolory effect. Sometimes it's hard to capture that level of detail and shading and like of the whole thing in a large piece like this one. Without going to like a really huge size. So having crops available where it's like, okay, now I want to focus in on just this part of the artwork, I think is genius. And I love it. I've ordered some of her kits as crops and I've unboxed some of them, and I'm sure we'll work on them soon. So you'll get to see those. But this is the full image because I wanted the whole thing in all of her glory. So 60 by 60 centimeters is what I went with. This only had 37 colors. And I think that was perfect. I don't think that there should have been more. I don't think there should have been less. It's perfect. It did not come with any ABs. She's not doing like special drills charted in her kits right now. I don't know if that's in the future. I have no idea. This does not have any ABs in it. I don't think this artwork calls for ABs though, in my personal opinion. And I started this kit on August 26th and finished it on September 7th. And part of that was because on September 1st, I started I had two projects going at once because I started my first Drills and Chills project. So this one went on hold for a couple of days, and then I really wanted to come back and finish it. So it was actually my 27th finish of the year. Now, I want to go through just a few different points on things that I really loved about this canvas and maybe some areas that I went, I'm not sure. So first, things that I really, really loved. The artwork. Obviously, like I mentioned, I fell in love with the artwork as soon as I saw it and was like, I have to have it. I have to have it immediately. I love the colors. I think it's a really, really beautiful and lovely interpretation of the original artwork. In the original artwork, by the way, if you're looking at this and you see that the background actually has a little bit of a confettied, like almost a polka dot effect, that is actually in the original artwork. And this is not just a mishmash of confetti. You can actually make out like the pattern of like the plus signs almost and X's in it. It works, and it's very, very true to the original artwork. I think in general, just this whole piece is extremely true to the original artwork, and the colors I think are just lovely. I mean, I'm a sucker for pale pastels, so I'm glad that this really lived up to what I was hoping for when I saw and fell in love with the original artwork. I thought that a lot of just sort of the basics. So for example, the canvas quality, the glue quality, and all of those kind of like basics, I guess, I thought were excellent, which I think is really impressive to see in a company that is still relatively new. It has like a soft backing. The edges are scalloped. The finish, I have seen not a hint of fraying at all whatsoever. She uses poured glue on her canvases, and I have not had any trouble with any diamonds falling off. It's quite sticky. It's holding the drills nicely. I'm really happy with it. Speaking of the drills, yes, these are high quality resin drills, and I had plenty left over. Here's the color spread, by the way. I had plenty left over in every single color. And I will save these because they're a nice quality resin. Yeah, like tons. Look at all of this. Actually, these are both the same color. I just didn't combine them after I went through enough of them. But I have so much left, so I'm sure I'll save these. You can see again, 37 colors. You can see the different symbols that were in this canvas. I'm gonna jump ahead to kind of like things I was met about. These two symbols in particular, I need to mention this to Jade because I forgot to do so. But these two symbols, can you see that okay? Yeah. Those two symbols were occasionally too close to each other. Like I had to make sure I was looking really, really, really close, especially because of the way that it was like printed. It's like if these were some of the last symbols that I filled in and my squares weren't placed like perfectly and I had like a diamond like overlapping one of these just a tiny bit, sometimes I just had to squint and make sure I was, not squint, I just had to look closely. They were printed clearly. I'll show you a picture here in just a sec. And then these two right here, this one and this one. They were kind of a similar deal, very similar in shape. And so I just had to make sure I was, if these were the last symbols that I placed, you know, that I was making sure I was looking at the whole symbol when I was like leaning over and working. So the printing was clear. Let me pop up a picture for you guys. And this is going to get into a little bit of like another thing I was a little unsure about. So actually, no, I'm going to save that for later. Hold on just a sec. Let me tell you just a little bit more about what I loved first. So I thought that the final look of the rendering showed an incredible level of detail. So specifically, like I'm going to point out this area in her hair. I guess I could have brought the camera down, but nope, I'm making this hard. Her hair and the flowers here. There is so much detail. Now up close it doesn't look like quite as much, though actually that does translate decently well up close even, but especially when you pull back and away, it really resolves beautifully. And I think that there's so much detail that comes through. The flowers in here that are just so intricately detailed, I think come through beautifully. Now keep in mind that diamond painting canvases are designed not to be viewed close up with your nose to the canvas or 6 inches from the canvas. Diamond paintings are designed to be looked at from a viewing distance. So up close, like many and most diamond painting kits, up close, it might look like you might see a couple odd colors here or there. You might see what looks like fuzziness or a lack of detail. But then when you pull back, it's really neat actually to see how it comes together. So even right now, like I'm recording and you're just about maybe 3 feet from the canvas. You're not even quite even yet at a viewing distance. And I still think that it's looking really, really gorgeous. So one thing that I do want to point out, and I'm going to put up a picture now for you guys where you'll be able to see some of the symbols on the canvas, and you're also going to be able to see the thing that is just an FYI. This is not even necessarily what I would call a con at all. It's an FYI. So here's a picture, and you can see the symbols, the symbol printing, and see that this has a photo negative printing effect, which this actually goes into the things I really loved column that I forgot to mention. So on Jade's square drill shaped canvases, so canvases that have square diamonds like this one, she prints with a photo negative effect that is really, really neat to see then come together, because the square diamonds cover up the entire symbol. You're not going to see any of this color behind them. Instead, it's just a really neat experience of getting to see the colors come to life in front of you. So all the printing on this canvas was actually pretty dark. And then I got to place all these light diamonds and see this beautiful pastel paradise come together. But anyway, you're also going to see that there is a ton of confetti, like confetti galore. And this is something that Jade absolutely embraces. It's a style choice for her shop, is this high confetti style. And she really, really strives, and I feel like I see it and I experienced it myself. She strives to make sure it's not just confetti for confetti's sake. It's confetti that is done for color blending and communicating a level of detail. I think it's important to point out that even though this is literally one of the most confetti heavy canvases I've ever worked on, ever. But I think it's important to note that this canvas only had 37 colors. So truly, Jade was not adding in like a bunch of colors. And then the confetti wasn't because there were a ton of colors. The confetti was for the shading and the detail. So that's a huge difference from other canvases that I've worked on that have also been very confetti heavy. Like I've worked on some canvases that have had like 200 or 275 colors in them. They're confetti heavy because of the number of colors. This is confetti heavy because it's a render style choice. This is going to be completely up to personal preference if you enjoy working with lots of confetti or not. Some of the canvases in her shop are going to be less confetti heavy than others. I think that you have to kind of know, like when you look at the artwork that you're thinking of buying, like when I looked at this artwork, I was like, okay, this has a lot of like soft edges. It's super, super, super detailed, like all these plants and her hair and everything going around her. I knew what I was getting into. I knew that the background had kind of that like almost polka dot effect. I knew that this artwork is going to be really confetti heavy. I've unboxed 1 or 2 kits from her actually already here on my channel that are not nearly as confetti heavy because the artwork doesn't call for it. So that's what I really look for in a shop is like, don't just do like it blanket one way for everything. Like look at the artwork and figure out what suits the artwork best. And I truly feel that Jade is doing that. Now, I also want to let you know that I have chatted with Jade about this kit since completing it. We've talked. She is super receptive to feedback, by the way. Like, she wants to do better. She literally says, I can't improve if you aren't telling me what's wrong. So I'm like, okay, I want to give you constructive, like helpful feedback. And another thing I love about small shops is when they're like, we just want to do better. Yes, tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly. She did say that she was probably going to reduce the amount of confetti in this particular kit because she thought it was too high. So for example, like, and don't quote me on this, please. Like, this is just things we kicked around. Nothing is set in stone. She kicked around different things. Like maybe she would just do a whole solid color background and maybe she would eliminate some of the kind of like the diagonal kinds of jagged lines that didn't look maybe quite as neat as she wanted them to. So I super appreciate that she's receptive to feedback. And I really want to reiterate to you guys the same thing that I said to her more than once, was that I did not find the level of confetti in this to be not worth it. Like, I was so happy with the finished result that I am not even telling her she should change the amount of confetti. But I think it's just important to know what you're getting into. This kit did take me longer to complete because I was doing tons and tons of single placing, and confetti just, it tires out my brain a bit more. And so for me, I find that I had to take breaks from it. Like, it was good when I started my first Drills and Chills canvas that had a lot more color blocking and whatnot, that I was able to kind of go back and forth between the two. So that's one way to handle if you're working on a kit that takes a little bit more brain power or something like that, is have a second project going that you can alternate between. And that I did find helped me quite a bit. So that's my long note of thoughts on the amount of confetti in this piece, and I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware as well. One other thing I wanted to note is that, and this is not even really a con, because this is really just an inherent characteristic of resin drills. I did have some trash, but not any more or less than I would have expected to have with resin drills. And it worked out fine because I was doing a lot of single placing, and clearly, like I showed you guys, I had tons of drills left over. I was not having to use any poor drills whatsoever. But there was some trash. But again, that's so common with resin that it's not, in my mind, it's not a mark against Jade whatsoever. So long story short, you guys, I love this. I love this so much. I have several other kits from Jade in my stash or on the way. I have some I need to unbox for you guys soon, actually. Jade also offers materials for cross-stitch conversions. That's actually something else I need to unbox with you that's sitting over there. If you buy a cross-stitch chart from Heaven and Earth Designs, or Jade is particularly known for doing the materials for the Mandy Manzano panels that are sold as the licensed cross-stitch charts through the Creatively Stitching Etsy shop. You can buy the cross-stitch chart and then convert it into a diamond painting on a blank canvas. I'll link to my playlist for this exact project that I am working on right now. It's not a princess panel, but it's a cross-stitch conversion project. But Jade has bundle listings already set up and ready to go, and she can really easily give you a quote and put together a listing for you where you can get the blank canvas and the diamonds from her. She also offers a kit up service where she'll kit up your diamonds into the storage container of your choice that she has available. And I'll share more about that when I'm unboxing that kit with you guys. But I just wanted to give you a sense for what else Jade has to offer. She has a huge variety of licensed diamond paintings in her shop, some really amazing, amazing things coming that I cannot wait to see. offers a really nice quality product. So I would love for you guys to go and check out what Jaded Gem Shop has to offer. I'll link to her shop itself as well as to her Instagram and her YouTube channel. If you have any questions for her, like I said, she's super sweet and super responsive. You can always reach out to her, and I'm sure she'd be happy to help. But that is it, you guys. Jaded Gem Shop. My first, but certainly not my last completed kit from this shop, and I cannot wait to get to pick out the next one to work on. So you guys, I hope this reveal and post-review video was really helpful for you. If it was, would you mind giving this video a thumbs up before you head out? And of course, if you're not already subscribed and want to see lots more diamond painting content from me, I would love to have you as part of my community. Feel free to subscribe. There's a button just below this video on the right that you can click, and there's also a bell you can click to be notified when I share new videos. So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today for this reveal and post-review video. Like I said, I hope that it was really helpful for you. So I'm gonna let you go. Have an amazing rest of your day, my friends, and I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.